Hello, and welcome to the IELTS speaking test. Can you please give me your full name?
Hello, my name is Sarah Taimuri and you can call me Sarah.
Very good, Sarah. Sarah, we're going to go through the speaking test. There are 3 sections to this test. I will explain each section as we go along. Can you tell me what you do, Sarah? Do you work or are you a student?
Actually, I graduated from the university in chemistry field for about 10 years ago, and I have been working as a laboratory technician, but it was a bit difficult for me. So recently I changed my job and I started working as an accountant in a big organization.
Very good. And Sarah, what do you like about your job?
In nowadays, every industry and company needs an accountant. So being an accountant provides me with great career opportunities, which result in a flexible stability, and also it makes my job a growing field. Another thing that I like in my job is that it has its relationships, because you are working with numerous clients, and you can build a strong and long-lasting relationships with them, which is the most rewarding element of my role. And also another thing that I like is that
Okay, that's enough, thank you. And is there anything you don't like about your job?
Actually, being an accountant always isn't seen as a glamorous field, because it sometimes may be boring, because there will definitely times you are working with tedious and mindless numbers, so it makes your day monotonously boring. And also you have a lot of responsibility. You shouldn't make mistakes, and if you do, you should answer to your employees. So it is one of the things that I dislike. Another thing is that it has a heavy workload, and you should heavy workload. It takes long hours to finish your job, and these are some things that I dislike about
Very
my
good,
job.
thank you very much, Sarah. We're going to go and talk a little bit about weekends now. Sarah, do you like weekends?
Absolutely, I would have to say yes. I like weekend because all of us work about 8 to 10 hours a day, and after a long hectic week, we need weekends to enjoy relaxation and also make ourselves feel rejuvenated. And I know that weekends are often more enjoyable for people, because it offers them a break time from study and also work, and so it's enjoyable for everyone.
Thank you very much. And what do you usually do on weekends, Sarah? Do you work or do you study? Or do you do other things?
Actually, I always want to just have fun and enjoy my weekend. But if I have deadlines or commitments that I must work on at weekends, and also there are some students that they want to study for their exams and catch up on their homeworks. But I personally want to just have fun, enjoy, relax, and unwind at weekends.
And what did you do last weekend?
Actually, last weekend I had an unforgettable experience, which I will never forget, because last weekend my husband and I opted for a spontaneous weekend getaway to one of the breathtaking jungles of Iran. We went to Asalem. It was as we arrived there, we were immensely astonished by green lush landscape, and as we strolled through the jungle, we were dazzled by a stunning landscape, and it was an unforgettable experience for me that it will forever be engraved in my memory.
Very good. And do you usually make plans for your weekends?
I think, in my opinion, plans provide us with ideal opportunity, and we just take it easy and just focus on our priorities. But there are some people often they craft intricate planning for their specific activities, such as attending a concert or attending an event or a party, or visiting a cultural monument. So for these things, I think we should make a plan in advance. But if we want to just stay at home and sleeping, I think it isn't necessary to make a plan.
Very good. Thank you very much, Sarah. We're going to go to the second section of the speaking now. In this section, I will ask you a question as a topic. You have 1 minute to take notes and then 1 to 2 minutes to talk about it. I would like to describe an occasion when you used a map that was useful. Okay. You can take your notes. Okay, Zara, your 1 minute is up. You can start talking now.
Due to the advent of technology and also thanks to satellites, there are numerous digital maps, especially on our smartphones. But in some places, especially in remote areas, due to the telephone coverage signal is low, and here the value of paper map increases. Here I would like to talk about a situation that I had to use a paper map, which was really lifesaver for me. If my memory serves me well, it dates back to 2 years ago. At that time, my friend and I went on hiking in one of beautiful jungles of Iran, which was located in north. There were numerous people from all walks of life, and all of them were cool, and I really enjoyed their company. The place that we were was surrounded by green lush landscapes and stunning, beautiful trees, and also there was a beautiful waterfall. So we decided to go closer and watch it. And as we went closer, we separated from others. As we enjoyed these landscapes, we found out that the others left us behind. At first, we immensely scared because we didn't know the way. But fortunately, we had a paper map which the tour guide had given us in advance. So we decided to pull ourselves together, and without any further ado, we kept up our way alone. The weather was neither too bright nor too dark, and as we moved forward, the weather, not only did the weather become dark and darker, but also the route was quite slippery and windy. So we were in dire need of map, and also we were attentive to it. I also had an eye for every detail of the map. After a while, we saw the group stands from distance, and we came to the realization that we arrived. At first, we immensely shocked because we didn't expect to find our way with a paper map. But at the end, we both felt over the moon and immensely grateful as we think how lucky we were to find our way with a paper map.
Very good. Thank you very much, Sarah. We're going to continue our discussion. We're going to talk a little bit about maps and being lost and things like that. What do people usually do when they get lost?
I think, in my opinion, at first when people get lost, they should be calmed down and they should keep their composure. They shouldn't be panicked because there are a few strategies to find their way. First of all, they can use their navigation apps or their GPS on their devices if they have reliable source of power and if they have access to internet. Another thing that pops to my mind is that they can look to significant and also easily recognizable features of the place that they are in, because these signs and symbols get a better understanding of their current location. And the third thing that I can mention is that they can ask from local people and request for their help to show the right way to them.
Very good, thank you. And what are the differences between paper and digital maps?
In my point of view, there are numerous small differences between them, and both of them has its pros and cons. First of all, I want to talk about paper maps. These are some physical and tactile objects with visual representation. It requires no battery and no internet connection, so you can have easy offline access, and you can find your way even if the signal is weak. And also, it has some disadvantages. One of them is that it needs a certain level of skills due to the signs and symbols which are used in. And also, it doesn't tell you the current location of you. On the other hand, about digital maps, it also has its pros and cons. It's something that it has a weakness. It requires internet connection and also device to use it. But also it has some advantages, and one of them is that it shows it is full of details, and also it has real-time updates because it shows you every signs of your location, such as roadblock, traffic, and also speed trap warnings.
Thank you very much. And what do you think of in-car GPS navigation systems? Do you think they're useful things or not in general?
Actually, I think in-car GPS navigation systems are incredibly useful because it shows you turn-by-turn directions and also real-time updates. But on the other hand, it has some disadvantages. Sometimes it is less accurate, and so you can trust to it because especially in remote areas and rural areas, it diverts you to a wrong directions. And also, I think this system is a bit expensive. It's in expensive cars, and it's not available for everyone.
Thank you very much, Sarah.